So, thoughts on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Season 8, Episode 3, The Mod Couple. Before anything else, obviously, new opening. Well, new visuals for the opening. The song is still the same, but the visuals are fresh, and not just in a way that, oh, there's these 5-second clip of a new castle. No, it's like full on. It's pretty good, although a bit random, and I think it kind of suffers from MLP having so many characters right now, because especially the main shot of the school just had random characters surrounding it. Maybe it's a sign of what's to come in the season. So, for example, we saw Big Mac and Sugar Bell, so maybe they're going to get an episode, but it's hard to tell, and it looked pretty weird how those characters just mashed in there. Speaking of new things, the episode itself gave us a lot of new locations in Ponyville, or at least locations that have only been seen once. And that's pretty cool, because Ponyville's getting more interesting. It's not just a bunch of similar looking buildings anymore. And while on the topic of backgrounds, it's always nice to see Starlight's room, because it's just so personable. When you look at it, almost every item there has some sort of significance to who Starlight is. There's a weird portrait of Trixie, there's the not equals sign, there are kites everywhere, and a lot of little things like that. And especially when comparing, in this same episode, Pinkie Pie's room is just a lot of colorful party paraphernalia. There's nothing really personable, and that's the case for almost all the rooms that I can think of for Main 6. I would have to rewatch a lot of episodes to kind of confirm that, but I have never thought about anyone else's room in the same way that I think about Starlight's. That it's definitely Starlight's room, and I think that's really good. Anyway, the episode itself, well, written by Nick Confalone, who wrote Rock Solid Friendship, Saddle Row Review, and No Second Prances, all amazing episodes, and some others that were not so amazing. His episodes always, for me, are full of amazing dialogue. Even during my reaction, I just couldn't help but listen to what the characters were talking about and really couldn't get much thoughts in. I think Nick Confalone is one of the only writers for MLP that really do that for me. And, of course, the episode is the new canon ship, Maud and Mudbriar. And I didn't really see it coming. It wasn't really something I thought would happen. I didn't even give the name of the episode much thought. But immediately, as soon as I realized, and as soon as they started revving it up, I was like, yep, I'm into this. Maud saying, technically we are in like. That was really cute, very, very characteristic of Maud. Their story of how they met was absolutely adorable and nerdy, and got me instantly into the ship. Maud just being happy and saying, everything about him makes me happy. It was great. It was really good representation of a happy relationship. I loved it. But obviously the big conflict in the episode is the fact that Pinkie Pie doesn't get along with Mudbriar. And she tried to be friendly with him on 3 occasions before finally succeeding at the end of the episode. And Pinkie Pie is slowly getting fed up with Mudbriar. Reminded me a lot of the season 7 episode 2, All Bottled Up. And you'd say, wait, what? Those episodes are nothing the same. But the things that I saw these episodes being similar in was that in All Bottled Up, the episode had constant parallels between the friendship of the main 6 and the newly formed friendship of Starlight and Trixie. It was pretty much all of the episodes, switching from the two groups and kind of showing the difference. And this episode also had, the same parallels between Mudbriar and Maud. So Mudbriar being very slow, deliberate, and very literal, and those are all characteristics that Maud have. I remember in Rock Solid Friendship, Nick Confalone's episode, where Rarity asks Maud, so what are you doing now? And just asking her about, she just finished her studies, what is she doing now? And Maud answers, talking to you. And there's other kind of little similar things where Maud responds to the same thing, Pinkie asking the same thing, and so does Mudbriar. And obviously the big talk between Pinkie and Starlight where they're just they're pretty similar. But Pinkie finds the same traits endearing in Maud, but annoying in Mudbrar because she's used to Maud and she loves Maud. But it's harder to get through those kind of more irritable traits when you don't know someone. And overall, Pinkie Pie's reaction is very in line with her personality. I've already seen, like after I reacted to the video and I rewatched it, I looked at kind of what other people are saying about the episode, and it's a lot of complaints. Well, it's not like Pinkie Pie at all. Well, it is. Like I already said, she tried several times to be friendly with Mudbriar, and this kind of overreaction and is also reminds me of Party of One, Pinkie Pride, and Rock Solid Friendship. There's a lot of episodes that's already kind of shown that this is very much Pinkie Pie. And I just generally really love Pinkie Pie episodes because usually when all of the main six are present, Pinkie Pie is just a joke and cheerfulness dispenser, but when alone or paired up with another member of the main six, she has a chance for more character dimensions, and that's exactly what this episode was. Although we respect that some other fans of the show really want an indomitable force of friendship that's unyielding, that's not what I'm into though. And I thought that the trigger for this kind of problem was very solid. Someone you are protective of, a family member, suddenly has a significant other you don't like, and now they spend less time with you, and you see a whole new side of them, which is a happy side, and you're kind of confused. Why couldn't you trigger this happy side? You want to make them happy. I thought at the end, the olive branch, like a sign of peace, that was great. But yeah, of course, it wasn't an olive branch. Technically, it was a quercus. And overall, the episode just surprised me with a really good moral. When I saw the geode, I thought, okay, blah, blah, you gotta see what's on the inside, and the beauty comes from the inside. But instead it was that you might not ever be able to see what's on the inside, but what matters is that your sister does, and it makes her happy. And yeah, I thought, yeah, that's a pretty good lesson. That's great. So overall, really, really solid episode. If there's anything to complain about, then maybe the whole opposite day skit. It was funny. It was genuinely funny. But it was a little out of place, I thought. And the fake mod surprise party, I was like, wait, what? It was kind of confused me, but I understand the kind of the premise. Oh yes, last but not least, amazing performance by Andrea Libman, which of course wouldn't be possible without the already aforementioned great dialogue from Nick Confalone, but she really nailed some of the lines. It was amazing to listen to. And Ingrid Nilsson voices all the Pie sisters, and her Limestone was really great. And it was nice to hear a little bit more emotion in Maud's voice. Already mentioned that it was cute. So yeah, Season 8 going on really strong, from solid premiere to a really, really good episode. I'm impressed, and I expect good things to come. See you in Episode 4, which, by the way, I have already seen by the time I'm recording this, and boy is it gonna have a lot to talk there. Yeah.